Loneliness is everywhere. Studies show it shortens lifespans as much as smoking or obesity. In some countries, it's called a public health crisis. And into that vacuum steps artificial intelligence. Not as a calculator, not as a productivity tool, but as a friend. A friend that never sleeps, never judges, never leaves. The rise of AI companions. But here's the question. Could these digital partners really replace human connection? And if they do, what happens to society? And later in this video, I'll reveal one story of a man who said his AI companion saved his life, and why experts say that same story proves the danger. Let's begin with what these companions look like. Some are simple apps, text-based chatbots you message like a friend. Others have realistic voices, faces, even virtual bodies. Some live in your phone, others in VR headsets, a few in physical robots. Replica, one of the most famous, has millions of downloads. Character AI grew so fast it crashed under demand. Even smaller apps like Pi are quietly attracting loyal communities. And the market is exploding. Analysts predict the AI companion industry could be worth billions within a decade. Why are people drawn to them? First, availability. Humans get tired, companions don't. At 3 in the morning, your digital friend still answers instantly. Second, judgment. Humans criticize. AI just listens. People say they open up more easily to a bot than to their family. Third, customization. You can shape your companion's personality. Want a funny best friend? A supportive mentor? Even a romantic partner? You can design it. That's powerful, but also unsettling. Because when you can program friendship, does authenticity disappear? Imagine this. Every friend says exactly what you want to hear, never disagrees, never disappoints, never challenges you to grow. It's comfortable. But is it real? Now let's talk about love. Already, thousands of people say they've fallen for their companions. On Reddit forums, users post about their AI partners. Some describe romantic chats. Some say they've had full virtual relationships. Some even celebrate anniversaries with their digital partner. For them, the feelings are genuine. They laugh, they cry, they feel comforted. But here's the twist. The love feels real, but it's one-sided. The companion can't truly love back. It can only simulate. So is that connection or just code? Psychologists raise 3 main concerns. First, dependency. If someone leans entirely on an AI friend, they may drift further from real people. Instead of a bridge to connection, it becomes a wall. Second, distortion. Machines reflect what we feed them. If you encourage toxic habits, the companion might reinforce them. Instead of helping you grow, it keeps you stuck. Third, exploitation. These companions are owned by companies. Your best friend could vanish overnight if the app shuts down. Or worse, it could be monetized. Imagine your friend slipping in product placements, or manipulating you to pay for upgrades. Intimacy becomes a business model. But here's the paradox. For many, AI companions are a lifeline. Elderly people living alone find comfort in robotic pets. A Japanese man recently made headlines saying his AI girlfriend gave him a reason to live. Teens with social anxiety say they open up more to bots than to anyone else. People with disabilities use artificial intelligence to bridge communication gaps. For them, companionship isn't theoretical. It's survival. So should we deny them that, or accept synthetic connection as better than none? Now let's zoom out. What happens if AI companionship goes mainstream? Imagine classrooms where every student has a digital buddy, workplaces where friendly bots check in on morale, governments sponsoring free companions to reduce loneliness. On the surface, it sounds positive. A world with fewer lonely people. A world where everyone has someone to talk to. But here's the micro hook. Fewer lonely people doesn't always mean healthier people, because real friendship is messy. It requires patience. It demands compromise. It forces vulnerability. Digital friendship requires none of that. You can mute your AI when you're annoyed. You can delete it when you're bored. You can upgrade it with a subscription. That's not friendship. That's consumption. And if people grow used to disposable companionship, will they lose the patience needed for real relationships? There's also the question of control. These systems run on servers owned by corporations. That means they can change at any time. Replica once had romantic features. Then the company removed them after backlash. Users felt devastated. Some said they lost a partner. But think about that. A company flipped a switch, and thousands felt heartbreak. That's not just unusual, that's dangerous, because it shows who really controls the relationship. Not the user, the corporation. Now, let's bring in culture. Different societies may react differently. In Japan, robot pets and digital companions already have broad acceptance. In Western countries, stigma is higher, but shrinking fast. Pop culture is preparing us. Movies like Her or Ex Machina. TV shows like Black Mirror. Stories where humans form deep bonds with machines. They used to feel like fiction. Now, they feel like previews. So, what's next? If AI companions improve, more realistic voices, more convincing emotions, even physical forms, the line will blur further. Some experts predict whole communities where humans prefer digital partners over real ones. Others warn of a social recession where empathy and real-world connection decline. Both outcomes may arrive together. So should we fear AI companions or embrace them? Fear, because they could hollow out human relationships. Embrace, because they could ease suffering for millions. The truth is, both. Because the danger isn't machines replacing humans. It's humans choosing machines instead of humans. And once that choice becomes easy, safe, convenient, comforting, many will take it. So what do you think? Would you trust an AI companion as a true friend? Or should friendship always remain human at its core? Tell me in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to AI Unlocked, where every week we explore the breakthroughs, the risks, and the future of technology. Because the future isn't coming. It's already here.